Hey everyone, here's a quick video on trading these aspects of the Ascendant, square, conjunct, and opposite both Sun and Venus. And this is a 5-minute Euro USD chart. So we're looking for short-term moves, 5, 10, 15 pips. And how would I approach this? Just to recap, as I put in the post, we could, if you don't have Timing Solution or some other fancy software, go grab a copy of Astrolog. It's free and it's really easy. And in order to set it up for what I've just done here, let's see, if we're going to do Venus and Sun, I go into Settings, Restrictions, and I unclick. First I restrict all, then uncheck Sun, Ascendant, and Venus. Okay, and then as Ascendant makes these aspects, here's an opposition to the Sun, and let's see if I scroll through. I need to go into a smaller, so I'm going to hit Shift and at button, and then I can go by the minute and scroll forward and see where this one occurs. So at 22:08, Wednesday, July 25th, we've got an opposition here with Venus. And then you go ahead and get out your MT4 chart and grab your vertical line and start marking out these points when you want to start getting into the trade. I just made this hypothetical mark here. It wasn't really related to what Timing Solution was telling me or Astrolog. But essentially, what we're going to do is draw a trend line underneath the predominant trend at the time the aspect occurs, and then look for a break of your trend line, and that's certainly a foolproof way of doing it. Notice also I've got a MACD here, which starts to turn red. That's a good indication. I've got a non-lag inverse Fisher of RSX, which I like a lot, which shows me overbought, oversold levels, and as that starts to break as well, that's a good sign that it's time to get into a trade. And getting out of the trade, same deal, as this RSX maybe starts to head up, possibly crosses this MACD long line here. Right around in here would be a good point to get out. So that's just basic trade stuff. Everybody has their own method. Another good indication on this chart was a break of this 100 bar moving average here. Notice that it did not break, that it bounced off of it and started heading down. So that's another good indication. Something else to be aware of is don't get trading too much during the slow market periods. This is Eastern Daylight Time, so sometime after midnight things start to pick up as the Asian session gets going, and then around 3 a.m. we've got the London session starting, and suddenly there's a lot more activity. 6 a.m. New York, 7 starts kicking in, and along with London, and so basically, since if you're going to do a 5-minute chart, just look for 5, 10 or 15 pips probably. Know when to get out, close the trade, and that's pretty much it. As we get into the afternoon in New York, London is done, and things are a lot choppier again. So pretty much, in the afternoon session, starting 1400 or so New York time, if you're going to use this, be very cautious, and maybe you're going to scalp for 2, 3, 4 pips at that point, and turn into the 5 and the 1-minute chart. So this was a 5-minute here, and so here we have starting at 1400 in New York. Again, we could bounce with the RSX here, and the total distance here is 3 pips, and so on. So just be a little cautious with that. Happy full moon. The total eclipse of the moon is going on exactly right now as I speak, 4:53. It's kind of maxing out in the Middle East. So happy trading. See you later.